Hello, all. My name is Rodney Guishard. I played soccer at Rutgers University at the Camden campus. Um, my senior year, I led the league in assists. I was a two-time captain there at Rutgers. Uh, Philadelphia Inquirer, one of the newspapers in Philly, named me Philly area's top scholar athlete. And ESPN, the magazine, named me an academic All-American. A little bit about myself. Uh, Aside from soccer, I played baseball, I played basketball growing up, a couple seasons of wrestling actually, and in high school I ran track as well. I started playing soccer when I was about 4 or 5. Really fell in love with it. Anytime my friends wanted to play, I'd be out there trying to play. I love every practice. I love every game. Look forward to everything. Being in the small bubble that I was there in South Jersey, I kind of felt like I was the best one out there. And I was grew more when I was grew a lot more than others did when I was younger. So I was kind of I was a bigger kid. I was faster. I was stronger than most of the players out there. And it wasn't until I was 13 when I really got the exposure to some of the other players across South Jersey that were some of the top players. And some of them were smaller, and I really admired how much skill they had, more skill than me. I really relied on my size and speed, and I knew I had a lot of work to catch up to them as far as skills go. Once I got to high school, being a freshman, playing against seniors, and obviously a bunch of them were bigger than me, or at least as big as me. And one of the teams we played against was filled with all conference players, uh, all state players. One of the players was actually All American, and they were the state champion 3 of the 4 years I was there. So they showed me immediately how much work I needed to do. Plus, our team wasn't that great when I was a freshman, so I knew I had a lot of work in order to be one of the top players around. After my sophomore high school season, I changed my club team uh, to one of the better teams that were in the state. We started, or that team traveled a lot. We would go to Florida for a tournament, Texas for a tournament, West Virginia, New York, Virginia. I mean, I was seeing a lot of great competition, seeing how much work I had to do, and I really got a lot more serious about training. One of my college coaches really took the time out after every practice. We would go by ourselves and work on some skill, uh, and really try to be the best player I could out there. So by the time I was a senior, uh, I was all conference a few times by then, and one of the best scorers, top scorers in the state. And those coaches were some of my inspirations. They were always there for me and for the other players, whether it was helping me out with learning skills, being there for a phone call, giving me advice not just on sports but also in life. So that, as well as the upbringing from my parents. My dad was a local politician. He was on the school board. My mom was involved in numerous organizations. It's always been taught to me that you need to go out there and to give back. Okay, and you can be any age for giving back. And giving back could be, several different things. It could mean helping out the elderly neighbor with their yard. It could be teaching, someone younger than you some skill or helping them with homework. It may be feeding the less fortunate. There's a lot of things you can do out there. So as you're growing up and going through life, you should always be thinking about how you can help. Uh, it's great to attach yourself with a cause that you think is important and is worthy. But if you can also do something where you can use your skill and your expertise and find something where you can really make an impact and really enjoy as well. If you put the enjoyment and the skill with the impact, then that's going to be the perfect combination for how you can give back to your community. All right, so all that being said, I do want to give a shout out to Sow Good Now. I think what they're doing is great, teaching teaching youngsters philanthropy and how to help out the world. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lace my boots up. We're going to go out to a soccer pitch, and I'm going to show you a few little skills that could be helpful to everybody. All right. Thank you, and see you in a minute.
Hello again. What I'm going to show you here is how to curve the ball. Curving the ball is used quite frequently in high school, college, pros. Used all the time, almost any time the ball is in the air. Now there's three components to hitting the ball. One is the body positioning, two is where you hit the ball, and three is the follow through. Now the first thing, the body positioning, we're actually going to be hitting the ball towards the goal here, but you'll see I'm lined up facing almost that way to start. My plant foot isn't going to be quite straight. It's actually going to be aimed a little bit to the left, which kind of forces my body to rotate. As far as where we're hitting the ball, instead of the laces where you might use for shooting, you're going to use the inside, kind of where your knuckle of your big toe is, and a little bit underneath. And instead of hitting the middle of the ball, you're going to be hitting the side and below it just a little bit, so you can put it in the air and put that rotation on it so it'll curve. You also want to be leaning back slightly as opposed to shooting it. That way the ball can get in the air some. When you follow through, you want to make sure your follow through comes all the way up for your leg. All right. And what I'll do here is you'll see me line up, be lining up facing that way, but I'll be curving the ball over this lacrosse net so you can get a good example of how it's curved. And it's going to be heading towards the back post of this soccer ball. Alright, so you see it curved around there. It goes to the back netting of the soccer goal. This is something you can do on your own. Ask the coach again to borrow the balls and just line up a few of them and try to curve it around the inside of the post into the back netting. You do that often, you'll be a great pro at curving the ball. Good luck.